Ooh, this is an early entry in the archives. SCP-007, the Abdominal Planet. I don't know have any idea about it, but it's not about Dr. Bob. We're gonna check it out today, guys. Make sure to hit up Dr. Bob and subscribe. And let's get into this animation reaction.
As you can clearly see, this completely throws our entire understanding of our place in the universe into complete disarray, says the astronomer, as he excitedly makes his case to a panel of aged and supposedly learned advisors.
Okay.
My observations leave no doubt that everything we previously suspected to be the absolute truth is wrong.
All right. See a flat
earther?
earther?
Murmur and lean close together to whisper to each other.
Or a round earther?
The astronomer can't hear what they are saying, but the passion and joy that he felt as he explained his findings to the room is quickly draining from his face.
Yeah.
He can see the men mouthing the words "no" and "lies" as they make disapproving gestures.
Wow.
But how could this be? Had they not understood what he was showing them?
What is
Maybe he didn't explain things in a way that they could comprehend.
Ha!
Here he was, the greatest scientist of his day,
terms.
presenting hard facts, backed up by rigorous observations. And this was their
And
reaction.
they just thought it was trickery?
The group of advisors finish conferring and grow quiet.
Okay.
The chief advisor clears his throat, and everyone in the room waits for him to speak. Royal Scientist, this panel has examined your findings and listened to your theories. The advisor can't help but sneer at the word, and has decided that the ideas you present are not only incorrect, but dangerous.
Okay.
The astronomer can't believe what he's hearing.
They gonna mess you
This
up,
panel,
buddy.
acting under the authority of the king, has charged you with the crime of heresy.
Wow.
The astronomer is shocked. He steps towards the panel to plead with them, but he's stopped by a pair of guards who grab him by the arm.
That sucks,
Stop.
dude.
Stop, I'm a man of science. I only presented you with the truth.
Right.
But no one seems moved by his appeal.
That's horrible, man.
The panel watches as the astronomer is dragged from the room, kicking and fighting, still insisting on his innocence.
Oh, and look, they just feasting.
The screams echo through the dungeon as the torturer cranks another notch on the rack, stretching the astronomer's body just a little bit more. He has no idea how long this has been going on.
My God.
Hours, days. The pain has been excruciating and without end. He closes his eyes, trying to escape the torture by retreating into his mind. But he's slapped on the face and brought back to the reality of his situation.
Wow.
Standing in front of him is the chief advisor, the same one who sentenced him to this inhumane treatment. You can end this anytime you like. Simply recant your statements and admit you were mistaken, and all of this will be over.
I would do it.
The astronomer is unsure if by over he means that they will release him or simply kill him to put him out of his misery.
Either one is probably better than being tortured.
It didn't matter which the right answer was. He couldn't lie. The astronomer knew the truth, and no amount of pain, no matter how intense or how long they submitted him to it, would change what he now knew.
I'm sorry. I'd have gave it up.
Disappointed with the astronomer's steadfastness, the advisor signals to the torturer, who cranks the rack
Get him
again,
out and stab him with that
stretching the
dead
astronomer's
chicken
body
bone.
to the point where he feels like his bones might pop out of their sockets. Recant, the advisor screams, repeating the word over and over, growing louder as the astronomer's own cries increase from the pain caused by the torturer cranking the rack more and more.
This is horrible.
The astronomer closes his eyes again. He's certain this will be the end of him soon, and that he will die with the great secret he's learned without getting the chance to share it with the world.
What secret is
But
it,
suddenly, the astronomer notices that the room has gone quiet.
Okay.
The advisor is no longer yelling, and the torturer has stopped operating the machine. The astronomer opens his eyes to see the advisor and the torturer both in a deep bow. His gaze continues up, and he sees the king himself standing in front of him.
Hey! Thank
The king
goodness.
stares at the astronomer for
Stop
what
the
feels like
madness,
an eternity,
please.
before simply asking, "Is it true?" The astronomer, limbs still stretched on the rack,
Yes, it's true.
manages a nod.
It's
and
true.
with his remaining strength whispers, "It's true." The king motions with his hand to the torturer, who stands up and begins releasing the astronomer from his constraints.
What?
The advisor protests. "But my lord, this man..." But he's cut off by the king with a stern look and retreats back into his
Listen,
deep bow.
chicken boy.
"Show me,"
I about
the
had
king
enough
says,
of you.
as the astronomer stands, rubbing
Show
his
him.
sore shoulders where the tendons
Show
and
him whatever
muscles
the
were
secret
stretched
is.
far beyond their natural limits.
Poor guy, man.
The astronomer opens the door to his laboratory and gestures for the king to enter. The room is a mess of papers and scientific equipment,
like something out
a
of...
reflection of the busy and scattered mind of the man
cool
who works
room,
here.
though.
The king is immediately drawn to a table with a large scroll. He
That's
spreads
the
it across
parchment he
the
was
table
holding
and
up,
examines
right?
it, but his face betrays no hint of what he is thinking.
Okay.
"Is this what you showed my advisors?" The
Yes.
astronomer nods yes. Would you like to see for yourself? The astronomer
Look in the
motions to the
telescope,
window,
buddy.
where a brass tube is attached to a tripod.
See what we got.
The king approaches the device, but doesn't
It ain't
know
the
how
Hubble,
it works.
but it'll have to do.
The astronomer demonstrates by looking through the eyepiece. He moves it slightly, making small adjustments to make sure it is just right for
Have
the
you ever
king.
used the telescope?
There.
It's not
Now
easy.
look.
Not
The king
easy.
bends over to peer through the telescope, and a look of shock comes over his face.
Pinpoint something specific.
What he
is I mean.
sees is the most incredible thing he has ever witnessed.
What do you see?
There, far above up in the sky, unable to be seen by the naked eye, is a man, and he is staring back at him. The planet that this played out on was not Earth,
What?
but a bizarre place that is one of the strangest anomalies in the entire SCP
I mean,
Foundation
this looks
archive.
bizarre.
This is SCP-007, also known as Abdominal Planet.
He's got.
SCP-007 is a spherical object located in the abdomen of a young man.
Okay.
Or rather, in the space where his abdomen should be,
Right.
since most of the muscle, skin, and organs that should be present simply are
And he's
not.
got like just a meaty.
The subject, a
It's
Caucasian
so
male in his
weird.
mid-20s of average height and build, does not appear affected by the large missing portion of his body,
Okay.
and has not reported experiencing pain or
He's
discomfort
normal
of any kind.
size.
In the space where his abdominal muscles and organs should be is a small globe composed of soil and water.
Sure.
This sphere, which measures roughly 60 centimeters in diameter, resembles the planet Earth,
Right.
though the arrangement of the continents does not match any known configuration from our
Okay.
own planet's history. The tiny planet has its own weather patterns, and even a small, but still detectable, gravitational pull.
Wow.
Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of SCP-007 is that it appears to be inhabited.
What if it's bad
Microscopic organisms that
If
would
he's
correspond to roughly the scale
Oh
of
my
human beings
God,
on
he's
Earth
got people
have
on
been
there.
observed on the surface of the planet. So far, two distinct
Excuse me?
intelligent species have been identified,
Are we living in an
both of whom
abdomen
seem to
right now?
possess a technological level similar to the 15th century on Earth. It is unknown
No,
if the
we got
inhabitants of the
technology.
abdominal planet are aware of the world outside of their planet,
What?
and communication attempts with the planet's occupants have
Wait
been
until they
placed
get
on
into
hold
space
by
travel.
senior Foundation officials, pending further study into what
If they
effect
got an
an
Elon
exchange
Musk,
may
they're
have
gonna
on
find out
them
soon. One day.
or us. The human subject within which SCP-007 is located provided the Foundation with a name that he
is
claims to be
weird.
his, but no records of such a person existing have yet to be located.
Okay.
Upon being questioned about the lack
What a
of
strange
records,
anomaly.
he willfully offered both a social security and driver's license number, but when they were checked against current records, neither had
Not
yet to be
found.
assigned by the U.S. government.
Huh.
And the mysteries surrounding this man don't stop there.
Okay.
The subject has not shown the need for either food or water, and it is unknown what energy source his body continues
He
to
doesn't
operate
have
on
a
without
stomach.
nutrition.
Yeah,
He is capable of both eating and drinking, though, despite
Right.
the large missing section of his
Well,
stomach.
where's it go?
But it is still not known what happens to the substances after he swallows them.
Maybe.
The man has
Maybe
above
that's
average
what causes the
intelligence
weather
and
patterns?
scored a 128 on an administered IQ test.
All right.
He also
Pretty smart.
generally appears friendly and amiable,
For sure.
and expresses only a passing curiosity about the planet located within his abdomen and how it came to be there. When asked
He's
about the
not
origins
very
of the
interested
planet,
in it?
he replied very matter-of-factly that, "I just woke up one day and there it was. I don't have any idea how it got there."
Wow.
Due to the poorly understood nature of SCP-007,
So what happens
it
if
has
you
been
touch it?
classified as Euclid, and the small planet and the man it resides in are contained in a sealed, comfortably furnished 10 by 10 meter room
Right.
that the subject is not allowed to leave.
Okay.
The subject is to be monitored closely by Foundation staff and has a
Yeah.
weekly chess game with one of the attending doctors, which
Okay.
also serves as an opportunity to evaluate his mental health.
Sure.
So far, he has not shown any signs of mental illness or violent tendencies, and seems to be quite content. In general, he appears happy with his restricted living situation inside the Foundation facility and has made no attempts to escape.
What a
The subject
bizarre
has made multiple
SCP.
requests for access to a computer with an internet connection,
Yeah.
but due to potential security risks, this
Yeah.
request has thus far been denied.
Right.
Now go and watch.
Dude, this is very, very, very bizarre. I gotta say though, like, what happens when you touch it? And can they get one of these species on and maybe like interview them or something? I got so many questions about this. This one's really, really interesting. I hope y'all liked it too. Dr. Bob, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to subscribe as well as a couple other Dr. Bob animations. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.